Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Marama again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone or when you're coming across my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell. And to my new subscribers, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you. You're welcome to my channel. My name is Marama. I'm a mother of 6. I've got 3 boys and 3 girls, and I'm a triplet mom as well. I talk about motherhood. I talk about my pregnancy experience, especially with the triplets. I talk about mom life, yeah, and I talk about fashion as well. I make some very nice clothes. So next time you want to make clothes, don't forget to have a tailor here in London. So today I'm going to be talking about my first, second, and third trimester experience during my triplets pregnancy. Last month I talked about my earliest signs. I talked about frequent visits to the toilet. I talk about high sense of smell, early baby movements, nail growth. Yeah, my nails were growing fast in that pregnancy. So yeah, you can go check my video. So yeah, today I'm going to be talking about the first, second, and third trimester experience. I try not to make my video long. I try to keep it as short as possible so not to bore you guys. So yeah, I hope this is not going to be long, and I hope you find it interesting. One of the things I experienced during my triplet pregnancy was constant headache. I had this headache that wouldn't go away. No matter the pain relief I took, it was just there. At a point, I went to the hospital to ask if I could if I could take ibuprofen, but the doctor said I should just stick to paracetamol because ibuprofen wasn't good for my condition. So yeah, I just had to stick to paracetamol, but it didn't really do much. So constant headache was one thing that dealt with me in that pregnancy. I had constant headache. I always had metallic taste in my mouth. Like my mouth was always bitter. I always felt there was something stuck on my throat. I would always take water to wash it down, but it wouldn't just go away. At a point, I started having sore throat, but after 2 weeks, it was just gone. And another thing I experienced was back pain. I had this back pain, this excruciating back pain. It was just so bad. And funny enough, I still have that back pain till now. So yeah, I had back pain, very serious one. I still have the back pain, but it's not as bad as it was during that pregnancy. I had, my feet were always cold in that pregnancy. I had cold feet. I try not to walk around the house barefoot, so I always try to wear shoes. I always try to wear socks or slippers so not to get cold. I had cold feet as early as 9-10 weeks. My feet were always cold. I'm going to try, I don't really have much pictures in that pregnancy because I was literally lazy in that pregnancy. I couldn't just do anything. I was always sick. I only have few pictures, and I'm going to try to post them. The pictures we're posting the first, the second, and the third trimester pictures I have in my phone. So yeah, I had excessive saliva in my mouth. I was always spitting. I was always carrying container around to spit inside. So yeah, it was very disgusting. I had very serious morning sickness. I couldn't stand up. So around 11 weeks, I was so sick that we had to call emergency. I went to the hospital. So they took a blood sample, and the result came out the next day that my iron level was very low. So they gave me this iron tablet. So one thing I noticed with that iron tablet is when I started taking it, yeah, I started feeling better. I was still sick, but not as sick as I was before the iron tablet. So yeah, the iron tablet helped me a bit. So I took the iron tablet. I just had to stick to it. So after 2 weeks, we went back to the hospital, and they said my iron level had gone up a bit. Around 12 weeks, we went for the scan. And that was when we found out we were having triplets. And mind you, before we went for the scan, yeah, I never knew I was having triplets. I never knew there were going to be multiple babies. I only thought there was something wrong with this pregnancy because everything I felt was just on another level. I was very sick. I was even spitting blood. Yeah, I was spitting blood in that pregnancy. And sometimes I would see blood gushing out of my nose. So what kind of pregnancy would make you bleed through your nose? What kind of pregnancy would make you spit blood? And I had this very bad abdominal cramp. It was just too much. I usually have abdominal cramp during my pregnancy, but it usually comes like before I even find out I'm pregnant. But this one lasted for a very long time. It lasted to like for like 15 weeks. So I had serious abdominal cramp. I had to look up my symptoms online, and they said it was ectopic pregnancy. I got scared. So when I was going for my first scan appointment, I wanted to know if it's really the ectopic pregnancy I saw online. So I was just so scared. I just wanted to know if myself and the babies, if we were okay. So as soon as we got to the hospital, we did the necessary things as usual. We sat and waited for our turn, and you were called to the scan room. Honestly, when I got there, I wasn't even looking at the screen. My eyes were just closed. I was just praying this would be an ectopic pregnancy. I was so scared. I wasn't even looking. My husband was the one looking at the screen, and he was just asking questions. So I was shocked when I heard my husband ask the doctor, "Are those two sacs?" And the doctors was like, "Do you have history of twin in your family?" And my husband said, "No, we don't have any twin in my family. We don't have twin in my wife's family." And the doctor was like, "Well, congratulations, you're going to be having twins. Your wife is pregnant with a set of twins," because he said he could see two sacs. And while my husband and I were still happy, the doctor was like, "Hold on, I think you're having triplets, because this is clearly three sacs." So the excitement was on another level for my husband, but I had mixed feelings. Honestly, at this point, I had mixed feelings, like, three babies, how? How are we going to be taking care of three babies all by ourselves? I was happy, but at the same time, I was scared. So after the scan, we went back home and continued our pregnancy journey. So yeah, this time I was still sick, but I was no longer as worried as I was, because like I now know why I was falling sick. I now know why I was having all my episodes. So I felt relieved. I wasn't as worried as I was. So around 15 weeks, I felt like I felt lump on my armpit, like I had lump. You know, like when you have boil. I had lump in my armpits, and with time it went off. This is me at 20 weeks. I was so sick on this day. I was so sick that we had to go to the hospital again. But before we were discharged, we did a scan to like find out the sex of the babies. And that was when we found out we were having two girls and a boy. So yeah, the triplets are two girls and a boy, and that's me at 20. Around 23, 24 weeks, I started feeling so heavy. Like I felt as heavy as an 8 months pregnant woman would feel. Like I was so heavy. I felt my body was too heavy for my legs to carry, and my weight was about 70 kg. So yeah, my body was so heavy for me to carry. Like I was so heavy. Even while we went to the hospital, the doctor said I needed to rest more. I'm like, well, I'm already resting, because I didn't really do much in that pregnancy. I was literally heavy. I would just manage to lift myself from the house to the garden, and from the garden back to the room. I was always lying down, even though I tried to walk around to like exercise, you understand, but I was still very, very tired. I was always tired. I couldn't do anything. Around my third trimester, I can't really remember the week exactly. I went for a sugar test to see, to know my sugar level, and we came back. The result came out fine. My sugar level was okay. And mind you, around that 20 something weeks, yeah, around that 25, 26 weeks, the babies were already giving me some serious kicks. Like I would feel the babies kicks. Imagine three babies kicking. Imagine three babies kicking you at once. And it wasn't even up to 30 weeks. Sleeping was a very big problem for me. Like I would always sleep on the side, because you know pregnant women are advised not to sleep on their back. So I would either do the left or the right side sleeping. So yeah, it was very heavy for me. I tried to just maintain one position, because carrying myself and the babies to the other position was a very big job for me. Like it was too much. So I just tried to just maintain one position, and I always wake up in the morning with pain all over my body. Like anytime I wake up, I feel like I've been fighting all night. Like my body was literally in pains. I was always tired. I also had what's it called? I had hemorrhoid. Yeah, I think it's called hemorrhoid. Yeah, I'm gonna write it down. I can't really remember. Yeah, but I think it's hemorrhoid. I had hemorrhoid, and they said it was as a result of the baby's weight. Yeah, because the babies were like pushing everything down, and it was a very painful experience. They gave me cream and tablet for it, and with time it just went off. So these 2 days before I had the babies, this was about 35 weeks. Yeah, because I had the babies at 34 weeks and 5 days. So that's about 35 weeks. So yeah, this was me making my last video with my bump. The belly was so heavy. The belly was so big, and so I had the babies around 35 weeks. Yeah, 34 weeks and 5 days. So that's like 35 weeks. So the babies were okay. Their weight was okay because they didn't need the NICU. They didn't put them in the NICU. So they were just fine. They were okay. These were pretty much my experience. So yeah, if there is any other thing you would want me to shed more light on, feel free to comment on the comment section. And there's any other thing you want us to talk about, if there's any other thing you want me to talk about, my triplet pregnancy journey, feel free to comment on the comment section. So yeah, maybe in my next video I will talk about my delivery. Yeah, maybe. So yeah, this is pretty much all my experience. And like I said, if there's any other thing I remember, I would talk about it. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and hit the notification bell. And see you in my next video. Bye bye.